King's Country at kingscountry.net. Jim King back to do my thing on a TGIF edition. Hey, that means I've got a brand new episode all cooked up of the TV show, the Jim King of the TV show. This one, I've got a special treat for you. We're going to bring back Pat Boone. It's been over a year since we aired anything of our Pat Boone content, for the most part. Got some fresh perspectives on it, and also his daughter, Lindy Boone. I have some audio samples on the way as we keeping them coming on King's Country. Thanks for streaming us. Here comes Clay Walker, Live Until I Die, from right here in Beaumont, Texas. King's Country, kingscountry.net. Must be something in the water, because the lead singer of the band you just heard there, Midnight River Choir, is from Kirbyville, Texas, just north of Beaumont by about an hour. His name is Eric Middleton. I think he might be playing in our neck of the woods this weekend. Midnight River Choir. Check him out if you get a chance. I'm Jim King of the radio and TV. Stay with me, because I'm going to play an audio sample from my TV extravaganza this weekend. It's a Pat Boone and Family episode. And I'll air part of my exclusive with Pat Boone, plus a song that an old Eddie Rabbitt song called You and I that he covers with Crystal Gale. It's a great video. I'll play the audio from that, too. That's coming up for free on King's Country. Stay right there. Howdy, I'm Jim King of the Road. Stay with me as we zoom off to Beverly Hills, California, to talk to the living legend, Pat Boone. King of the Road. The legendary Pat Boone. I've been looking forward to this for a long time, to get to see you face to face and almost in the flesh, but because of the miracles of technology, here we are zooming to Beverly Hills today.
And this is real flesh right here. I can testify. And I've even got real hair, too, if I keep my hat on.
You are amazing. 70 years. You've been doing this longer than I've been alive, Pat.
Yes. My first record was 1955. And that goes back a whale of a long way. And so that is 70 years of recording.
It's the legendary Pat Boone. They put out a new album recently called Country Jubilee, and we've played your videos here recently on our TV show, the Jim King of the TV show. We played Grits recently. What a fun song. Played that a couple of times. And also You and I with Crystal Gale, a tribute to your wife, Shirley.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that, because it's so great of Crystal and her husband to want to make a new record. She'd had that huge hit with Eddie Rabbitt, but he'd been gone 20 years or more, and they wanted for there to be a new version, so they cast around, who can we get to do it with you? And somehow they decided they'd like me to do it. So I did, and I'm very proud of it. And then while we were doing it, if you see the video of us right after we had recorded it and were recording it, there's a bond that crept into the performance. She and I was feeling very emotional about it. So was she. We had already agreed that we would dedicate it to my wife Shirley, who'd been gone for 4 years now. Yeah. And of course, for me, it was about Shirley. But at the same time, by proxy, I was feeling a very strong bond with Crystal. She's so pretty, singing so well. We were doing that song. And I felt very emotional doing that, and I think she did too. So there was a bond between she and myself, but it was by proxy with Shirley, my wife. And it was so sweet of Crystal to let us have a picture of Shirley at the end of it.
Here's You and I with Pat Boone and Crystal Gale on the Jim King of the TV show. King's Country at kingscountry.net. I'm Jim King, serving up a Pat Boone and Family episode of the Jim King of the TV show. Your first airing coming up in just a few moments. 12:30 on the CW, and even before that, if you want to switch over to Channel 6 and watch News at Noon, they feature a little segment with us, a little promotional segment, which you can see on News at Noon. But come right back, because I'll remind you during that, too, to come back to King's Country at kingscountry.net for the most magnificent country music mix. 24/7 and 365, y'all. Thanks for being here.
Howdy! I'm just so proud to be here.
Not a whole lot going on.
King's Country, kingscountry.net. Jim, king of the radio behind the wheel, driving you through the lunch hour, serving up a little Johnny Lee, picking up strangers coming up straight ahead. And now you know why I'm having a fabulous flashback. It's another one of those things. Backstage with the legendary Johnny Lee.
No, you've already been there. You've done that. You've got all the accolades. I think you're also a Country Music Hall of Famer, if I'm not mistaken.
I am. I'm very proud of that. You know what? I was in the Hall of Fame, and I've got this real nice display case there. And this woman was standing there with her daughter. I don't know, she was about that tall. She had her arm up on her, and so the daughter says, "Who are all these people, Mom?" She said, "Well, they're all country music stars, and most of them are dead now." Mm-hmm. And I was standing behind them. I happened to overhear the conversation. I said, "I'm not dead." And that little girl turned around and seen me and looked at my picture, and she freaked her out, and she ran out the door. But I ended up talking to her and, signing something for her. It was just kind of weird, But the Hall of Fame in Carthage, Texas, the Texas Country Music Hall of Fame is really a special place. If you ever get a chance to go visit, it's a neat place.
King of the Road.
Thanks for streaming our little station. Best little station in Texas, if I don't say so myself. Jim, king of the radio and TV behind the mic. Hey, stay with me. Coming up in the 1 o'clock hour, we've rounded third, headed for home. Got Her Highness Faith Hill coming up on the way. Chris Cagle, he doesn't come from too far from our neck of the woods, down there in Baytown. He's coming up. Little Hank Williams Jr. to spice things up. That's all on the way on King's Country. Zach Brown Band next.
Between making and muscle shows on
Thanks for streaming King's Country, kingscountry.net. I'm Jim, king of the radio, and I love country music, needless to say. In fact, this radio station's actually named after me. King's Country, get it? But I do like other genres. I love classic rock. Grew up listening to pop and rock mainly. Didn't really get turned on to country till much later. And even like a little rap now and then. Yes, I admit, years ago I purchased an Eminem album. Still have it somewhere here, CD. I think I liked one song on it, and the rest, not so much, and it got kind of monotonous. But I do appreciate stuff like he puts out. Speaking of Eminem, TikTok stars Cooper Allen and Thomas Mack showed us what it would be like if Eminem was a redneck. Yeah, they redid his famous song Without Me with only country lyrics. Check this out.
Two honky-tonk girls go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Country's back, 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 back again. I created a monster, because nobody wants to pop no more. They want banjo and no fiddle. Well, if you want country, this is what I'll give you. Some homemade shine chaser with brown liquor. Some BBR that will just start my heart quicker than the guard blowing out the speakers of my Dodge while I roll cold down an old back road. Right hand on a solo spit and skull. Whoa, this looks like a job for me. So hop up on a tailgate and follow me. We need to take it back to some old Willie, and it ain't no country without me.
King's Country. Thanks for streaming us on the World Wide Web at kingscountry.net. Jim, king of the radio behind the wheel. I get to do it on television, too, every single weekend. Well, actually starting Thursday night all the way through Saturday on Strike TV, Fox 4, the CW, and YouTube. Yes, we are everywhere. This is a Pat Boone and Family episode that we're serving up this weekend. It's already aired a couple of times. Got Pat Boone, his lovely daughter Lindy in it. I got Zoom calls with both of them, plus their latest music videos. Get the whole package. I think I'm going to do 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks of this. I've got a lot of content that I captured with Pat Boone about a year ago, and it's been quite a while since we've aired it. It's all repurposed, and it's going to be great. It's actually a very good episode. I told Suzanne Simmons I think it might be one of my best lately, but I like to say that every week because we go all out for you folks. So don't miss it this weekend. And thanks for streaming King's Country. You found it, the most magnificent country music mix on the planet, 24/7 and 365. There's one you don't hear other places. It's Sam Riggs, The Lucky Ones. You're the lucky one. You found King's Country. Do appreciate you being here. I'm Jim King of the radio. Check out my TV show where I put on my cape and become Jim King of the TV. Oh, and I'm not a real king. I just play one on TV now half a dozen times each week if you add up all the platforms you can find us. So don't miss it, and don't tell anybody, but you can go to Jim King of the Road right now, jimkingoftheroad.com right now, and stream the entire episode. And I'll make a few pennies because it's monetized, but don't tell anybody that either. You know what to do now. Keep it between the ditches. Have a good one, and we'll talk to you next week.
Long live the king!
Uh-huh, uh-huh.